Hello and welcome again. Welcome to a new class, to class number 10. Okay. Yesterday was class number 9, today is class number 10, and tomorrow, of course, will be class number 11. We're progressing. We are making good progress, in my opinion. We are improving, and myself and my teachers, are introducing a lot of vocabulary to you, much of which you know, but which you really have not activated enough to be able to say, I'm an advanced student, I'm a good communicator. And so we're going to continue constantly reminding you of structures, constantly introducing and reintroducing vocabulary and different expressions, and you will slowly assimilate them, and I hope activate them. But if you don't practice, if you don't say things aloud at home or in your car, then you won't activate many of the expressions. La activación requiere la repetición en voz alta. You have to say things aloud in order to activate them. If you don't, if you say, no voy a hacer el ridículo ni a solas, well, los que no hacen el ridículo nunca no se hacen con los segundos o terceros idiomas, ¿ok? Hay que hacer el ridículo un poco. Tragar el orgullo. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I come to this TV station and I do silly things. I put pens in my ear, behind my ear. I do silly things. I don't have any complexes. I'd do it. They pay me, of course, but they don't pay me very much. So, but I come here because I enjoy it. And in my private life, I'm a relatively reserved person. I consider myself a shy person by nature, not an extrovert. I'm a bit of an introvert, but I'm not afraid to make a fool of myself. Hacer el ridículo. To make a fool of myself if it benefits me. And if you decide never to make a fool of yourself with trying to learn a second language, then your progress will be excruciatingly slow or nil. Okay? So, come on. Hacer el ridículo un poquito, eh? Sin complejos. Okay. Camera number 1. In the last class, to go over what we did in the last class, we covered the numbers, if you remember, but I'm not going to repeat the numbers now. I want to go over what we call in our company the accusative. I want you to study. Yo quiero tú estudiar. Yo quiero que tú estudies. Quiero que el equipo pierda. I want the team to lose. Okay? El equipo quiere que yo no asista al partido. The team doesn't want me to attend the game. I want Rafa Nadal to win all his matches. Okay? And Federer wants Nadal to have problems. I want Spain to prosper. Quiero que España prospere. I want Spain to prosper. I want the Spanish economy to improve. I want the Spanish people to be happy. I want the Spanish people to progress. I want the world to find peace. I want everybody to have a positive attitude. I want my children to be happy. And my children, I think, want me to be happy. Así hablamos en inglés. No existe, sí existe, pero solo con ciertos verbos, lo que es la forma latina de expresar estas frases. Yo quiero que tú seas feliz. Ok, eso de seas es el subjuntivo del presente del verbo ser. In English, I want you to be. Ok, yo quiero, literalmente estoy diciendo quiero te ser feliz. Tú quieres me ser feliz. Porque usamos el pronombre complemento. You want me, you want him, I want you, I want him, I want her, I want them, they want us, you and me, they want us to be happy. So I'm using the object pronoun, not the personal pronoun, I, you, he, she, we, they. It's me, you, him, her, us, them. Okay? I want them to shut up. They talk too much. I want you to pay attention. I want him to leave me alone. Que me deje en paz. I want him to leave me alone. I want her to give me a kiss on my cheek. She's very pretty. And they want you and me. They want us to continue in our class. And we want them to go away. Que se vayan. All right, good. That's the accusative. All right. Y luego ponemos sustantivos normales y no pronombres. For example, I want Spain to be a prosperous country. Y luego también podemos poner it. Quiero que llueva. I want it to rain. Llueve todos los días. It rains every day. Nunca llueve aquí. It never rains here. Nunca llueve en California. It never rains in California. It never rains in California. But girl, let me warn you. Okay? It. Entonces, eso es igualmente aplicable. Quiero que llueva. I want it to rain. I don't want it to snow. No quiero que nieve. I want it to rain. I don't want it to snow. I want it to be sunny tomorrow. I want the weather to be nice tomorrow. Okay? Now I want you to pay attention to me. And you want me to pay attention to you, of course. I want you to sit down and be still. Y que estés quieto, okay? I want you to sit down and be still. I want you to pay attention. I want you to listen carefully. I want you to study. I want you to do a lot of work. I want you to apply your best perseverance. I want you to apply your best abilities to learning English. And I want you to enjoy this program. También con I would like. Me gustaría que fueses un poco más aplicado, ¿eh? O estuvieses. I would like you to be more applied. I would like you to come to more classes. I would like Real Madrid to win the league, or I would like Barca to win the league. It depends on who you support. And I would like Maria to stay here as the floor technician. And I would like Luis to reduce the illumination. It's a little bit too much for me. And I would like everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be happy, don't you? Or do you want some people to suffer? Do you want somebody in this world to suffer? Tell me after the class, after the next teacher. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Richard. My name's David Wardell, and it's time to put into practice everything that he's just explained to us. And I'm here with Beatriz. How are you today, Beatriz?
Very well, thank you.
Good, okay. Now, first of all, we're going to practice some numbers. Are you ready?
Yes.
So take your little whiteboard, and I'm going to dictate 3 numbers to you. And of course, at home, you have to write it down. It's very, very important, yeah? So do it with Beatriz, yeah? So the first number is, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. The first number is 5,489. I'll repeat it one more time. 5,489. The second number, are you ready? The second number is 31,723. One more time, 31,723. Write it down, yeah? It's very important. And the third number of this round is 68,750. I'll repeat that again. 68,750. Okay, do you have all those numbers at home? Good, okay. Beatriz, do you have them?
Yes.
Show them to the camera. Let's see. Okay, a little bit more like this.
Sorry.
Así, muy bien, okay. Now what you've written, in fact, is 5.489, which is not a number, it's a decimal. You have to put a comma, yeah?
Oh, okay.
So put the commas, yeah? Write the commas and then we'll do it, yeah? Very important. We don't put points, we put commas.
Okay.
Así, okay. And they're all correct, well done. Now I want you to read them out to me, yeah?
Okay.
Read them out to
I
me.
turn it?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Okay. The first one, 5,489.
Good, 5,489. Correct at home? Good, okay, the second one.
31,723.
Okay, very good. At home? Okay, very good. And the last one?
68,750.
Good. Okay, you see that there? Perfect. Now, rub them out, and we'll go on to the second round. Now, the numbers will be slightly higher, okay? Just slightly higher, so you have to listen very carefully. The first number is 201,584. Again, 201,584. Yeah? Good. Okay, the second number is 700 and... I'll repeat that again. I can't say it myself. 748,412. I'll repeat it again. 748,412. Okay, the last one, the last number. 529,309. One more time. 529,309. Do you have it at home? I hope you've written them all down. Okay, now can you turn it around and show the camera? Let's see. Now, the first number is correct. Well done. The second number is also correct. And the third number is correct as well. Very well done. Now, can you read them out to me, please?
The first number, 201,000.
201,000.
584.
And 84. Again, so 2001.
2000.
Sorry, 201,000.
Okay. 201,000.
Yes, that's
584.
584. Good. The second one.
748,412.
Perfect. And the third number?
529,309.
Good. 529,309. Very well done. Now we're going to look at the accusative, yeah? The accusative in affirmative and negative, yeah? So what I'm going to do is give you some sentences in Spanish, and I want you to translate them for me. Very easy, yeah? So, for example, the first one, quiero que me escuches. How do we say that in English?
I want you to listen to me.
Good, I want you to listen to me. In casa, I want you to listen to me. Okay, the second one, quieren que lo hagamos.
They want them to.
Quieren que lo hagamos.
They want them to do it.
They want us.
They want us. They
Yeah,
want
one more
us.
time.
They want us to do it.
They want us to do it. Quieren que lo hagamos. They want us to do it. Now let's do a negative one. No queremos que llueva.
We don't want to. We don't want to rain.
We don't want it to rain.
We don't want it to rain.
We don't want it to rain. Okay. No quieren que vayamos.
They don't want us to go.
Okay. One more time. They.
They don't want us to go.
They don't want us to go. Perfect. Okay. Él no quiere que te quedas. Quedes, perdón.
He doesn't want you to stay.
Tú.
He doesn't want me to stay.
Okay, he doesn't want me to stay, or he doesn't want you to stay, I suppose, no? Okay, the last sentence. Ella no quiere que lo traigas tú.
She doesn't want you to bring it.
Good, she doesn't want you to bring it. And that's all we have time for, I'm afraid. So please practice at home, and I'll hand you back to Richard. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Okay, welcome back. Every other day, every other month, every other year. Camera number 1, okay? Un día sí, otro no. Curiosa expresión. Cuando vine a España y mucha gente me decía, no, lo hago un día sí, voy al gimnasio un día sí, otro no. I said, I understood it perfectly, but I translated it to English and started laughing. One day yes and one day no. Okay? That sounds very funny in English. Of course, we don't say it. We say every other day, which is also a very strange expression. Cada otro día, every other day. Okay, but that's the equivalent. Un día sí, otro no. I come here, it's true. I come to the studio no. Now I'm coming every day. But in certain times of the year, I come to this studio every other day. I brush my teeth every other day. No, I brush my teeth every day. I take a shower every other day. No, that's not true. I take a shower every day. Okay? I wash my face every other day. No, that's not true. I wash my face every day. I wash my hair every other day. Tampoco. Nope, it's not true either. I wash my hair every day. Now, I wash my hair with a special shampoo every other week. And that's true. I use a special shampoo once every 2 weeks or every other week. Okay? Every other week. And I go away from Madrid every other weekend. I don't leave Madrid or go away every weekend. It's too expensive. And besides, I like Madrid in the weekend. But every other weekend, I go somewhere. 2 weekends ago, I went to Badajoz. And this coming weekend, I'll probably go to Pastrana. Why not? Every other weekend, I like to get away. Okay? And every other day, I go to the gym and I work out. Hago ejercicios. I work out. Okay? But every other day. I don't go to the gym every day. And I go to the dentist every other year. No, not true. I go to the dentist twice a year, not every other year. Okay, but some people go to the dentist every other year. They should go more often, in my opinion, not every other year. Every other day, every other week, every other month, every other year. Do you go to the gym every other day? Okay. Do you leave Madrid? Do you get away? Me alejo de Madrid, se dice en inglés. Do you get away from Madrid or from Barcelona or from Burgos or from Pastrana every other weekend? Okay. Have you organized your life around every other something? Every other day, I paint my nails. For some ladies paint their nails every other day. Some paint their nails every other week. Some people watch this program every other day. They don't watch it every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some people receive English class every other day. Yeah, do you receive English classes every other day? All right. Do you get up early every other day? Estoy repitiendo esta expresión hasta la saciedad para que se os quede. Y voy a seguir repitiendo lo que me quede de bloque aquí. Because it's important. For some reason, I don't know why, I teach this expression every other day practically. And my students se emperran en no asimilarlo jamás. Why? I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe because the expression is very foreign from Spanish. The logic, the grammatical logic of this expression, cada otro día, or cada otra semana, etc., it's illogical. True, it's illogical. But you have to learn it. And maybe that's the reason Spaniards don't assimilate it. And then when they need to say it, they say invariably, one day yes and one day no, translating from Spanish. Well, forget one day yes and one day no. It's funny, it sounds funny. People will laugh. Every other day, I'll send you financial information every other day. I think it's too much every day. I'll send you a short paragraph as a report every other day. And then I'll call you every other week to fill you in on any details that you may need. But once a week is too much. Every other week. Now, I'll fly to Hanover in Germany to see you, to visit you every other month. A meeting once a month, in my opinion, is a bit excessive. It's a bit too much. I don't think we need to see each other every month. I suggest every other month. Yeah. And with my wife, darling, do you want me to give you a kiss every day? Don't you think that's a bit too much? ¿Qué tal te parece? How about is ¿qué tal te parece? How about a kiss every other day? What do you think? And my wife says, are you crazy? I want a kiss every hour. How about every other hour? Every hour. Okay. You hear the boss, okay? Every other day, every other week, every other month, okay? How often do you go to the gym? I go to the gym every other day. How often do you put gasoline in your car? About every other week. Yeah, twice a month. Every other week. I need to stop at the gas station and fill the tank. So I fill the tank in my car every other week. How often do you get away from Madrid? I get away from Madrid about every other weekend, okay? And how often do you have a meeting? Whew. I have a meeting practically every other hour. Every day, every other hour. And how often do you make a long-distance telephone call? Poner una conferencia a distancia. A long-distance telephone call. About every other day. Yeah, I call abroad about every other day. Yeah. How often do you go to the States? I go to the States about every other year. Yeah. How often do you take a vacation in the winter? A winter vacation? Well, I never take my vacation in the winter, but every other year, I take 1 week. Maybe in December, maybe in January, maybe in February. I take a week off and I go somewhere in Europe in the winter. Yes. The days are shorter and the weather, of course, is very cold in some cases, but there are very few tourists. There aren't as many tourists as in the summer, and it's very nice. If you want to go to Rome, I suggest that you go to Rome in February. Yeah, if you can, because the lines are short. You can see the Sistine Chapel 3 times in the same time you can see it once in the summer. Every other day, every other week, every other weekend, every other year, every other month, etc. Try to remember this. All right, we have our sponsors waiting to say something to you, but I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, 1 minute. Is there anything that you do every other day? Think. Is there anything that you do habitually every other day? Let's see. I drink orange juice every other day. You drink orange juice every other day? Yes. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I drink orange juice. Oh, really? And what do you do on Tuesday, Thursday? I drink tomato juice. Really? And Saturday and Sunday morning? I don't drink any juice on Saturday and Sunday. So every other day I drink tomato juice on Saturday. Yes. I drink orange juice on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I drink tomato juice, although Britannicos dirían tomato juice, on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I drink orange juice every other day. And I drink tomato juice every other day. And on Sunday, I drink both. A glass of orange juice and a glass of tomato juice, but not mixed. All right, our next teacher is waiting for you, and then I'll be back.
Hello everyone, and thank you, Richard. I'm Natasha, and today we're going to review everything that Richard just explained to you, okay? To help me do this, we're here with a very special student who I'm sure studied at least 2 hours today, and her name is Susanna. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
And did I say the right thing? Did you study at least 2 hours?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
I was a good student.
Very good. What did you
week.
do to study?
I take advance and I read at the bus.
Or I made the most of my time on the bus, and what did you do? What did you read? A magazine?
Yeah, I read a magazine.
I read a magazine.
A magazine.
Okay, but you have to study more, even more. Do you promise?
I promise.
Okay, and at home, remember, you have to study a lot as well, okay? So remember, anything you can do in English, do it in English, okay? And also remember to speak out loud when you're watching this show, okay? To practice everything that we practice here, okay? So anything I ask you, or anything I ask Susanna, you answer out loud, okay? All right, let's start, okay? The point we're going to work on today is every other day, okay? Let's ask Susanna what this means. What does I go to the supermarket every other day. What does that mean?
Cada día alternativo.
Yeah, un día sí, un día no,
un día
okay?
sí.
But very important, again, I never, ever want to hear you saying one day yes, one day no, okay? That's Spanglish, okay? And you have to say every other day, okay? Remember that you can also say every other year or every other week, Okay, let's start, okay, because we have a lot to do. Okay, are you ready, Susana, for the first thing?
Yes.
Okay, ask me who I call every other day.
Who do you call every other day?
Sorry, one more time.
Who do you call every other day?
Very good. I call my mum every other day. Who do I call?
You call your mom every other day.
One more time.
You call your mom every other day.
Very good. You call your mum every other day. Okay, remember the pronunciation of other. It's as if it were an A at the beginning, not an O. Okay, other, other. Okay, and remember the V is moving your vocal cords. Other. Okay, so repeat one more time. Who do I call every other day? Very good. You call your mum every other day. Okay, next question. Let's see if Susana is ready. Are you ready? Are you sure? Ask me what I have for dinner every other day.
What do you have for dinner every other day?
Very good. I have roast chicken. What do I have every other day?
You have roast chicken every other day?
Very good. Do you believe me?
No.
No. Otherwise, I would have wings by now. Okay, no. But anyway, what do I have every other day? You have chicken for dinner every other day. Okay, very good. Okay, the next one is for you at home. Okay, ask me where I'd like to go every other day. Very good. Where would you like to go every other day? To the spa. Okay, let's ask Susana. Where would I like to go?
You would like to go every other day to the spa?
Or the other way around. In general, and I'll explain this to people at home, okay? When we're talking about time references go at the end of the sentence or at the beginning, but usually not in the middle, okay? So usually we would say, you'd like to go to the spa every other day, okay? So let's go back to Susana to see if she can say this.
You would like to go to the spa every other day.
Okay, and if you contract, you'd
like to go to the spa every other day.
Very good. Would you like to go to the spa every other
every
day?
day.
Every day, not every other day, every other day. Okay, now to practice this same point, we're going to do a translation list. I'll say the sentence in Spanish, and you and Susana have to say it in English, okay? Let's start. Are you ready? Voy a la carnicería una semana sí, otra no.
I go to the butcher.
Okay, to the butcher.
To the butcher.
Not butcher, like a B sound. I'll explain this for people at home, okay? Be careful with the B sound in English because it's very, very strong, okay? You have to put your two lips together, and even though it seems ridiculous, you have to sort of do this a little bit, okay? B. To know if you're saying it correctly or not, put your hand and make sure you feel air, okay? Aire. So, butcher, butcher. You have to feel air, and that's the B sound in English, okay? So try it at home. Say butcher. Can you feel the air? Butcher, okay? If not, put a piece of paper and say butcher, and if it moves, you're saying it correctly, okay? So let's go back to Susana.
I go to the butcher.
I go to the butchers
every other week.
Okay, one more time.
I go to the butcher. Butcher.
Put your hand.
I go to the butcher every other day. Butchers every other day.
Okay, very good. Let's get the people at home to say it. Voy a la carnicería una semana sí, otra no. Very good. I go to the butchers every other week. Remember that with shops, we tend to put like a Saxon genitive, okay? Butchers. Okay. The next one is for you at home, okay? Ella cena con sus primos un día sí, otro no. Very good. She has dinner with her cousins every other day. Okay, very good. You said that very well. Okay. Next one for Susana. ¿Ves la telenovela un día sí y otro no?
I watch the soap opera one other day.
Un día sí, otro no? ¿Cómo era?
One other day?
No, every other day.
Every other day.
Don't worry. This didn't exist. This didn't happen. Let's start again, okay? All right, so again.
I watch the soap opera every other day.
Very good. She knew this word. This was a tricky word, so very, very good, okay? Telenovela is soap opera, okay? Como si fuera literalmente ópera de jabón, okay? I don't know why it's called like this, but this is just how it's called, okay? So I watch the soap opera every other day, okay? So repeat with me. Very good, okay? I watch the soap opera every other day. The next one is for Susana as well, okay? Quiero un informe detallado un lunes sí, otro no.
I want a complete report every other Monday.
Okay, or a detailed report.
Okay.
Okay?
I want a detailed report every other Monday.
Very good, okay. All right, and if I say en profundidad, do you know what I mean? How do you say
deeply?
This? Or in depth. I want an in-depth report every other Monday, okay? All right, the next one is for you at home, okay? Veo a mi hermano un año sí, otro no. Very good. I see my brother every other year, okay? One more time. Very good. I see my brother every other year. Okay, the next one is for Susana as well, okay? Voy al trabajo en coche un día sí, otro no.
I go to work by car every other day.
Very good. Okay, the next one. Ese secador de pelo funciona un día sí y otro no.
That hair dryer works every other day.
Okay, one more time. She was going to say one day yes and one day no.
I
No. Say it again.
That dryer.
Hair dryer?
Works every other day.
Very good. Let's get the people at home to say it. So repeat. Never, never. One day yes, one day no. Okay, repeat. Very good. That hair dryer works every other day. Okay, the last one. Okay. Mi tía me llama un día sí, otro no.
My aunt call me.
My aunt?
My aunt call me calls every other day.
Who does she call?
She calls me.
Okay, so say it.
My aunt calls me every other day.
Very, very good. Perfect. You did a really good job, and so did you. And I'll see you next class. Remember to study. Bye.
All right, welcome back. I don't feel like teaching this segment. I don't feel like teaching this segment. No me apetece para nada. No tengo ganas de seguir. I don't feel like continuing because this segment is very difficult to teach. Dios mío, me toca a mí. I have to do all the dirty work. Yeah, the other teachers, pan comido, a piece of cake. But me, I'm alone. I don't have a student. I have to talk to you directly. And so I have to do all the dirty work. And now I have to introduce something that is extraordinarily difficult to teach. But I'm going to try. Okay? Yeah. Nunca se llega a la noble categoría de vencido sin haber luchado. Ahí está la nobleza de la cosa. All right? Let's go to camera number 1. All right. Let me ask you a question about the Spanish language. Do you mind? Can I ask you a question about your language? What's the difference between sin embargo and no obstante? Come on, quick. Tell me the difference. Well, what's the matter? You don't have practice as a teacher explaining concepts, right? Linguistic or grammatical concepts. I don't know the difference. Do you know the difference? Maybe the difference in Spanish between sin embargo and no obstante is the same as the difference in English between however and nevertheless. However. It's interesting, but don't worry. Okay, there's another word in English with only 3 letters that I think can substitute. It's called but. Okay, yeah. No me gusta mucho el pan. Sin embargo, no lo suelo comer. Okay. I really like bread. However, I usually don't eat it. Okay? I usually don't eat it. Okay? How it's used perfect English. And in Spanish, perfect Spanish. Me gusta mucho el pan, sin embargo, no lo suelo comer. Si insertas but, I really like bread, but I don't eat it. So but is perfectly fine. Okay? Now, I don't like bread at all. Nevertheless, I have to eat it. Okay? No me gusta en absoluto el pan. No obstante, me obligan a comerlo. All right. Is that correct Spanish? Yeah, more or less. Yeah, okay. No me gusta en absoluto el pan, pero me obligan a comerlo. So in both cases, but can substitute however and nevertheless. Nevertheless, no obstante, I'm going to teach however and nevertheless and the difference. And really, I don't know. It's tough. You know, when people ask me, Richard, yes, what's the difference between however and nevertheless? Ya está. And I need to make an abstraction, thinking, well, are you ready for the difference? All right. Positive, however, negative. Positive, something positive, however, something negative. Listen, imagine you are a mother or father of a child, and your child is in primary school. And on parents' night, la comida de noche por parte de los profesores lo odian ellos. You go to visit the different teachers. And the teacher needs to talk to you about your son, Jaime or Inés, okay? Or Cristina or whatever. Now, positive, however, negative. So imagine the teacher says something positive to you about your son, Jaime. And says, Jaime is a very diligent student. However, he tends to talk too much in class. Do you understand? A positive statement, however, comma, a negative statement. Okay? Jaime is a very diligent, muy diligente, is a very diligent student. However, tiende a hablar demasiado en clase. Okay? However, he tends to talk too much. To speak, no, to talk. Los niños cuando talk es malo. Cuando speak está muy bien. Speak es dirigir la palabra. To talk is blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Jaime is a good student. However, he has a tendency to talk with his friends in class. All right. So that's positive, however, negative. Now, negative, nevertheless, positive. All right? So, Jaime isn't a very good student. Nevertheless, he seems to be getting better, okay? Now, it's very difficult, the difference between these ideas. They're very, very difficult. So, you need to be careful. But, when you're in doubt, use but. Or when you're in doubt, use however. But it's interesting. When I speak Spanish, I have a tendency to use the expression no obstante. I think more often than sin embargo. And you? What's your situation? Okay. The weather is not too good. Nevertheless, I'm going to go anyway to the beach. All right? For me, I can use however in both cases. All right? However. All right? We're going to establish a new system for taxation. However, that's already something, but however, we're going to introduce it by phases. We're going to phase it in. We're not going to start the new system all at once, todo de golpe, all at once. We're going to phase it in. We're going to raise taxes. Subir los impuestos. You're going to raise taxes. Hey, wait. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to conclusions. All right? We're going to raise taxes. To raise taxes, how much? Wait a minute. Would you please sit down and pay attention and don't interrupt me? Listen. We're going to raise taxes by 20%. 20%? However, what? However, you will see the result of your taxes in much better services, better highways, nicer airports, better police protection, better Social Security, better hospitals. You're going to raise taxes 20%. Yes, but you will see the benefits very soon of our tax increase. But why are you going to raise taxes? Because we need money to provide social services and to improve infrastructure. But I don't want you to raise taxes. We're going to raise taxes. However, don't forget the benefits that come from the taxes you pay. All right? And besides, your taxes are very low now. Okay? And in the rest of Europe, taxes are higher. So I think you need to pay more taxes. Don't you? All right. I'll pass it on to one more teacher, and then we'll finish the program.
Thank you, Richard. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah, and I'm here again with all of you to practice and repeat what you've just learned from Richard. So here we go. We're going to get started right away because we have a lot in this class. We're going to start with some vocabulary, but let's say hello to David, my student. Hi, David.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great. I'm glad to hear. Well, we're going to start with vocabulary. Here we go. The first term is silbar.
To whistle.
To pronunciation,
To whistle.
Eso es. Okay, good. Repeat.
To whistle.
Yes, to whistle. To whistle. Whistle. The H is completely silent, so we just say whistle. To whistle. All right, number 2. Resbaladizo.
Slippery.
Good. Repeat again.
Slippery.
Yes, muy bien. Slippery. 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 It sounds like a very funny word, doesn't it? Slippery. It's a fun word to say. Okay, next we have mejillones. Ay, me encantan. Mejillones.
Muscles.
Great. Perfect. Let's hear that again.
Muscles.
Perfect. Great pronunciation. Muscles. Muscles. Now, muscles, it's the exact same pronunciation as músculos. When you say músculos y mejillones, es la misma palabra al sonido, pero claro, se escribe de forma distinta. Ojo, okay? But it's the same pronunciation. Músculos, mejillones. Muscles y muscles. All right? Next, the expression ya era hora. Ya era hora.
It was about time.
Good. Repeat again.
It was about time.
Excellent. Great. It was about time. So we have 4 words here. It was about time. It was about time. It was about time that you started watching this program to improve your English, right? Okay, and finally we have confundir.
To confuse.
Perfect. Again,
To confuse.
excellent. Great pronunciation. To confuse. To confuse. There's C-O-N. Esa O, that O sounds like an A. Okay, confuse. Confuse. Okay, now we're going to practice nevertheless and however. Okay, so here we go. I want you to change using nevertheless or however. Let's start with using nevertheless. All
Okay.
right? It's raining, but I'm going to go for a walk.
It's raining. Nevertheless, I'm going to go for a walk.
Okay, great. Very good. It's raining, nevertheless, I'm going to go for a walk. Next example. So again, more with nevertheless. They don't like him, but they're going to invite him to the party.
They don't like him. Nevertheless, they are going to invite him to the party.
Okay, good. Very good. There. Use the contraction instead of they are. That'll be there.
There.
Yes, eso es.
There.
There. So they're going to invite him to the party, right? So they don't like him. Nevertheless, they're going to invite him to the party. All right, next example. Mary isn't from Italy, but she speaks Italian fluently.
Mary isn't from Italy. Nevertheless, she speaks Italian fluently.
Perfect. Excellent. Wonderful. Let me repeat. Mary isn't from Italy. Nevertheless, she speaks Italian fluently. So what's the formula here? So you remember the formula that Richard taught you? When the beginning of the sentence it has a negative feeling, un sentido negativo. Then we have nevertheless y después un sentido positivo. All right, so negative, nevertheless y después positivo. Now, however, dame however. It's very cheap, but I can't afford to buy it.
It's very cheap. However, I can't afford to buy it.
Very good, excellent. It's very cheap. However, I can't afford to buy it. Here we're using however. Aquí, ¿por qué? Es el contrario, right? The opposite.
Yeah.
Now we're starting with un sentido positivo, después, however, y después un sentido negativo, right? So the opposite of nevertheless. Okay, next example. Nigel is rich, but he doesn't like to spend money.
Nigel is rich. However, she doesn't like... He.
Yes.
Nigel is rich. However, he doesn't like spend money.
He doesn't like
to spend money.
Okay, repeat again. Great.
Nigel is rich. However, he doesn't like to spend money.
Okay, very good. Repeat. However.
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 Yes, muy bien, mejor. Okay, so however. Let's hear you at home. Let me hear you repeat. However. However. Okay, great. Let's repeat the sentence together. Nigel is rich. However, he doesn't like to spend money. Okay, again, the first part, sentido positivo. And then however plus sentido negativo. Okay, next example. He has a good salary, but it's still not enough to support his 4 children. A long sentence. Okay.
He has a good salary. However, it's still not enough to support his 3 children.
4.
4. Okay.
Yes, okay, good. All right, casi. He almost had the sentence perfectly down. Okay, I'll repeat the sentence again. So, he has a good salary. However, it's still not enough to support his 4 children. Okay? So again, he has a good salary. Es un sentido positivo, right? The guy has a good salary. And then we say, however, plus otro sentido negativo. It's still not enough, right? Todavía no es suficiente, right? So it's still not enough to support his 4 children. All right. Another example. Jimmy has good potential, but he needs to work harder.
Jimmy has good potential. However, he needs to work harder.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay, let me hear you say however again. However.
However.
Yes, again.
However.
Great. Perfect. Okay, good. So remember, however. Okay, Jimmy has good potential. However, he needs to work harder, right? Tiene que trabajar más. Okay. So let's go back to an example with nevertheless, right? So nevertheless, again, is the opposite. Sentido negativo, después nevertheless, y después algo positivo. They don't have a car, but they always arrive on time.
They don't have a car. Nevertheless, they always arrive on time.
Excellent. Very good. They don't have a car. Nevertheless, they always arrive on time. Okay? So again, however, nevertheless, it depends on the sentence. ¿Con qué empezamos? What the beginning of the sentence is. If it's negative, then we use nevertheless y después positive. And the opposite is however. However, we begin with something affirmative, and then however, and then something negative, like the example, right? He has a good salary. However, it's still not enough to support his 4 children. And then nevertheless, they don't have a car. Nevertheless, they always arrive on time. Okay, so keep practicing. I'm going to keep practicing here with David. And now you have to go back to Richard. Bye-bye.
Pues ya está. One more class. Yes, we've finished another class. And I'm not going to raise your taxes, as I said a few minutes ago, but I'm going to raise your English level. Yes, at least I'm going to try to raise. Fijaos en la pronunciación. No lo confundes con rise, escrito rice. It's raise, escrito raíce. I'm going to raise your level. Your English is going to rise because I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise your level. Bueno, mejor dicho, no. Borra, erase. I'm not going to raise your level. You're going to raise your level. You're going, contracción de you are. You're going to raise your level because I'm going to motivate you to raise it. I'm not going to raise your level because I can't. It's impossible. But you're going to raise it by applying yourself, listening carefully, working hard, studying, and enjoying this program. And so you are responsible for your level, and it's your job to raise it. See you tomorrow.